Okay. Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shah, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shah, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shah. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutation, you Akim out there that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity. We're in the year of 2019, a so-called brand new year, the year of Karagma. Hey man, shit is heating up. What we have going on right now is a situation where DJ Trump shut the government down partially, and it's the 19th day. We're going into the 20th day of this government shutdown. Now the longest government shutdown was 21 days during the Obama administration, which was in 13, Slovakia. But that's nothing compared to what's going on now, because at 21 day of the government shutdown, the SNAP program was still available to you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. But that's not the case now, man. Because coming this February, there's going to be no funding for the SNAP program. Forget about your tax refund as of now, because like I said, the government is partially shut down, man. There's nothing going on in this government, man. And that's just part of the news, because you have in the news, what they saying is that you have this Jake, these two Jakes that was a part of ISIS. One was a teacher, and I forgot who the other one was, but what they were saying is that they was a part of ISIS, man. Now you got two Jakes, one with a beard, who they put out on the forefront. Another Jake didn't have a beard, but guess what? Nonetheless, he still was a Jake, man. So these miseries that is spoken of in 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, the 50th verse, is going to come upon you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Now you see what the apostles of Great Millstone on down to the elders and the teachers in the province of Great Millstone was talking about, man. It's starting to come to pass, man. All these prophecies are starting to speak, man. You see what I'm saying? But you still have not a clue what's going on. You Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans still have not a clue what's going on, man. The only thing you're worried about now, the government shutdown. I'm not going to receive my taxes. You know? I don't have my job laid me off because I work for the government. I'm not going to receive my EBT SNAP program. And those are part of the miseries. And that's like Donald Trump said yesterday in the State of the Union address to the nation, is affecting African Americans and Latino Americans, man. And that's something that's going to be ongoing, man. We're on the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. Right now, Donald Trump can declare a state of emergency, which will be martial law, and lock this city down, man, permanently, man. See, things are starting to heat up. I got some scriptures here. Abaratazayu Akim will be edified, man. You know, because we're in that time where Esau is starting to show his horns, man. And behind all this bullshit Esau is pushing, immigration, the economy is fucked up. Behind all that, it's the RFID microchip waiting in the wings, which is going to be the new digital currency that's going to be pushed out there after this petrodollar, or shall I say, the FRN, Federal Reserve note, collapse, man. They're going to push that RFID agenda. It's going to be a digital currency. You see what I'm saying? So everything with this immigration thing, if Trump don't get that wall, I guarantee you they come with okay, we're not going to build the wall, So we gotta monitor who comes in the United States, who goes out. So the only way we're gonna be able to monitor these people, these immigrants, we're gonna have to microchip the immigrants that has been established here, the legal immigrants, those who have papers. We're gonna have to microchip them, so we could tell the difference between the legal immigrants and the illegal immigrants that's coming in this country. Stage 1 of the R4D microchip. Miseries are coming. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 8 verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time, so let me read it again from the top. 2nd Ezra chapter 8 verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. First and foremost, Esau, the so-called white man, is a proud devil. But then you got 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans that's proud as hell too, man. These women is proud as fuck. Why? Because the government takes care of them. The government gives them Section 8. The government gives them the SNAP program. So all these federal fundings, just like Section 8, that's a federal funding. So a lot of these people is going to be kicked out of their houses, man. Why? Because there's a partial government shutdown where there's no federal funding for the SNAP program, no federal funding for the for Section 8, and any other federal program that they have that's catering to these women, man, and to you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans they consider poor. So these miseries are coming, man. What's a part of the miseries? Not being able to feed your family, getting cast out of your apartments, no more SNAP program. Those are the beginning stages of the miseries that's going to be before you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because Donald Trump clearly stated that this government shutdown is affecting African Americans. Man, I myself, I watched that half an hour State of the Union address that Donald Trump came on live television at 9 o'clock to address the nation, just to say that, man. 17 minutes they gave him, and the rest belonged to Chucky Schumer and Nancy Pelosi pushing their bullshit. But Donald Trump mentioned that this government shutdown is affecting African Americans and Latino Americans. He made sure he said that, and that's the truth. That's the only people that's affected, man, on a large scale. Because you got a lot of people within the Israelite community that don't acknowledge they're Israelites, that is dependent on that SNAP program. So these miseries are coming. 2nd Ezra 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, that's a part of the 2/3. Y'all are some proud sons of bitches, man. And you have nothing to be proud about, man. You have nothing to be proud about, but guess what? You got a few FRNs in your bank account. You got your cabinets full from the SNAP program. You got a bullshit government job, or you got a bullshit job that's paying you peanuts compared to what Esau, the so-called white man, is making. So you proud. You got a house, you got 2 cars, you got a house and a car. And you proud as hell, man. But miseries is going to come upon you, man. Great miseries, man. By the way of martial law, Jacob's trouble. You understand what I'm saying to you? Are you comprehending me? This is these are part of the miseries that's going to come upon you Jakes, man. And you better believe it, man. It's coming, man. It says 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse, matter of fact, before I get this, I'm going to get Ezekiel, the 21st chapter, the 9th verse, man. You know? And that's going to go in depth to what's going to happen to unique Hispanics and Native Americans, man, during the time of that crisis, which is Jacob's trouble. Right now, we're in the beginning stage of Jacob's trouble, this government shutdown. We're in the 19th day, man. 2 days shy of 21 days during the time of the Obama administration. You see what I'm saying? Donald Trump wants this war, man. Whether he get the war or whether he microchip you immigrants that have green cards that have been here your whole life, man. That's going to establish the agenda of the elites bringing forth the R4D microchip. That's going to be one of the ways, man. The second way that they're going to bring in the R4D microchip is due the collapse of the economy, man. Where they're going to usher in that digital currency using R4D microchip. But before they do that, I believe, and you see, because Donald Trump mentioned that on his campaign, when he was campaigning to be the president, how the only way you could monitor this immigration crisis is by microchipping, man. So you better believe that agenda is on the forefront, and that agenda is going to be pushed in 2019, a year of Karabma. This is Ezekiel, the 21st chapter, the 9th verse. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, say, a sword is sharpened and is furbished. Now that sword that is sharpened and is furbished is J-Helm 16, whereas these Gurkha troops is in these mountains practicing for the day of martial law. Not only the Gurkha troops, the UN troops, the National Guards, they in these mountains on these ranges where they have their little garrison. They practicing, man, for that hour of martial law. It was J-Helm 15, J-Helm 16. You don't think these things is going to be put in effect, man, during the time of martial law? Right now, Donald Trump can declare a state of emergency of what's going on within the government, man. So you got these Gurkha troops, Interpol, these UN troops, the National Guards out there practicing, sharpening their swords for that day when Donald Trump declares martial law. You understand what I'm saying? Well, all hell's going to break loose, because what's going to happen is once the economy fails, what do you think is going to happen, man? It's going to be far worse than the Depression. Than the Depression years started with October 29th, 1929, when the stock market crashed, man. It's going to be far worse than that, man. You see what I'm saying? And that's why they practice it for the day of martial law. That sword, I'm going to read it again from the top. Ezekiel, the 21st chapter, the 9th verse. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened and also is furbished, man. Man, you got these Gurkha troops practicing, these UN troops doing the same thing, man. Having a mock martial law drills. So they're preparing themselves, man. Because they know what's coming. It says, it is, verse 10, it is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is sharpened that it may glitter. Hey, man, when the sword is sharpened and when that sun hit it, it start glittering, man. I'm going to read it again. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. That sore slaughter is going to come by the way of them Gurkha troops, Interpol, them UN troops. Because Interpol consists of different nations coming together as to police a particular nation that's in uproar, man. So they gonna understand what the fuck you saying. They speak different languages, man. Interpol, International Police Force, man. You understand what I'm saying? You people have not a clue what's going on, and that's why y'all gonna get caught up hardcore, man. You see, you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, man, y'all have not a clue, but guess what? Would affect y'all in making y'all pay attention, and now you're all scared because you feel you can't feed your belly. Your belly's gonna be empty. You ain't gonna be able to pay your bills. You're not gonna be able to watch your reality shows. You're not gonna get your government funding, you welfare queens. You see what I'm saying? So now you're all nervous and scared and shook up. And you ought to be, because Jacob's trouble is right around the corner. That sword is being sharpened, and these Gurkha troops is not playing, man. Interpol is not playing. These UN troops is not playing. These National Guards they ain't gonna guard your children. They ain't gonna guard the old. They ain't gonna guard the young. They're just gonna straight fuck y'all up, man. They're gonna come in like a flood. Keep thinking it's a joke. It says, back in Ezekiel chapter 21 verse 10, it is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Because when that sword is sharpened and that sun hit it, it start glittering. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? It says, should we then make mirth? Right now, we're in the time of mirth. Christmas past, New Year's past. Now we're approaching Valentine's Day. And these people, they planning to go to these comedy clubs, they partying, not paying attention to what's going on. They making mirth, man. Marrying and getting married and giving them the marriage. They doing all kind of bullshit, man, making mirth, man. Not understanding the times, not measuring the times. It says, should we then make mirth? It continueth the end. It continueth the rod of my son as every tree. You know, because what's going to happen is all hell is going to break loose. A lot of people will get put to death during the time of martial law. It says a lot of people are going to begin tossed in concentration camps. A lot of people are going to die from the famine. A lot of people are going to catch diseases and die from the pestilence. There's going to be insurrections. All these things are going to come to pass, man. It says, Ezekiel 21st chapter, the 11th verse. And he have given it to be furbished. Who was he? Yahweh have given it to be furbished. It says, and he have given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hands of the slayer. You see, the Most High is having. I'm gonna read it again. Ezekiel chapter 21 verse 11. And he have given it to be sharp, to be furbished. Yahweh, while Yahweh Shah have given Esau the blessing of the sword. The Most High have given Esau the blessing of the sword to be furbished, that it may be handled. And you better believe Esau is going to handle that sword perfectly. This sword is sharpened and is furbished to give it into the hands of the slayer. Who is the slayer? It's not Esau, the Most High sword, pursuant to Psalm 17 verse 13. Deliver me from the wicked, which is that sword. It's not Esau as the wicked. It's not Esau as the Most High's whipping stick. That's why Esau, the Most High, have given Esau the blessing. And he have also given Esau the blessing of the sword And Esau is furbishing that sword, man. He's sharpening that sword. He's practicing for the day of martial law. Because he's going to come into these cities like a flood, man. And you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, as a part of the 2/3, is going to get caught up in the madness of Esau. And there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. You understand what I'm saying? There's nothing you're going to be able to do about it, man. You're going to get caught the fuck up. Because why? You have walked in great pride, pursuant to 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, the 50th verse, man. And how'd you walk in that great pride? You fanned your hand at the prophets. You scoffed and scorned at the word of the Most High. You did not take heed to the word of the Most High. But guess what? You indulge yourself in Esau's pagan festivals, man. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. It goes back to Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. This pagan New Year's. Now you're going to indulge yourself in the pagan festival, which is going into Valentine's Day, then Easter. So it's too late for 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, man. That's why that sword is being sharpened. It says, "Cry and howl, Son of Man, for it shall be upon my people." Who's the Lord's people? You Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's a part of the 2/3. You're going to get caught up and you're going to get fucked up. Some of y'all that don't get put to death, you're going to take the offer of the microchip, thinking to save yourselves. So you're going to take the offer of the microchip. That's just to be destroyed by the thermonuclear destruction, man. This is the year of Karagma. And a lot of you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, during the time of the calamities that's going to come upon you Negroes, the 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, you're going to take that chip. It says cry and howl. And you're going to cry and howl. You're starting to cry and howl now. Because why? It's a partial government shutdown. Whereas some of you fucking welfare queens is not receiving your fucking money, man. Your SNAP program. You've been laid off your government jobs. You're not doing too good now because of this government shutdown. The beginning of the time of Jacob's trouble is at hand, man. It says, "Cry and howl, O Son of Man, for it shall be upon my people," you Negroes and Spanish Native Americans, as a part of the 2/3. "It shall be upon all the princes of Israel, terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people." During the time of martial law, there's going to be great death, man. These Gurkha troops, UN troops, the UN troops, they're going to be putting you Negroes and Hispanics, Native Americans to death, man. NYPD, you're going to be getting put to death, man. Also, teeth of wild beasts. You're going to be getting put to death, man, on a large scale. It says, "Terrorists by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon the thigh," man. Because terrorists is coming, man. You better believe terrorists is coming, man. Terrorists is coming. Great miseries are coming upon you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Like I said, this is the 19th day of the government partial shutdown, man. And who is it affecting? It's not affecting them uppity crackers, man. It's affecting them peon crackers, you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, man. That's who the hell it's affecting. The low-level people, man, in this society, man. It's not affecting them elites. It says, and you got a whole lot of protesting out there, too, about this government shutdown, man. We can't forget that. We got a lot of protesting going on out there, man. Just this is the beginning of all the hardship that's coming, all the pain and anguish that's coming upon you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. You're not going to escape the judgments of the Most High. You're not going to escape the judgment of Yahweh while Yahweh shot. Because when you had time to learn of the Lord, his laws, his statutes, his commandments, you forsook the Lord's ways. You scoffed at the Lord's word. You talk shit about his prophets. You called us, you demonized us by calling us pedophiles, by calling us rapists, by calling us homosexuals. You demonize us in every which way possible that you can, every which way possible and every which way you can think of, man. You demonize the prophets of the Lord, man. But guess what? You're going to pay for it, man. You're going to pay for it. Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, the 14th verse, it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." That word woe means destruction to the world and them that dwell therein, man. Because what's going to happen is all kind of hell is going to break loose during the time of martial law. And the truth is going to speak. I'm going to let the scriptures speak. Verse 15, "For the sword and their destruction draweth near." You hear that? "For the sword and their destruction draweth near, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." You see what I'm saying? That's talking about race riots, race wars. I'm going to read it again so it can sink in. "For the sword," Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, the 15th verse. "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hand." Talk about a race war or a race riot. "For there shall be sedition among men," uprising amongst the people against the government. They're not going to regard to what the fuck anybody that has some kind of authority say to them. "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another." They're going to be going, invading one another is meaning kicking their doors in, going in their houses, man, and taking what they want. Invading one another. "There shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Meaning, they're not going to regard what the hell Bill de Blasio, a.k.a. William Warren, whatever his name is. They ain't going to regard what Bill de Blasio say. They ain't going to regard what Chucky Schumer or Mario Cuomo or any other so-called official that's set up to govern this land. They ain't going to regard any of that bullshit, man. They're going to be out there trying to survive. Verse 17. 2nd Ezra 15, verse 17. "And man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able." Martial law. But they're going to call it a state of emergency where these UN troops or the National Guards is going to block off the bridges, the tunnels, the roads and the highways leading out of this land, man. Leading out of New York or whatever state you're dwelling in, man. These cities is going to be locked down. "For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." How are their houses going to be destroyed? Because during the time of martial law, you're going to have these UN troops kicking your door in, snatching you out of your bed, shooting your dog, raping your woman, raping your daughter, perhaps raping your sons because Esau is a homosexual by nature, separating your families, putting you in one bus to go to one concentration camp, putting your wife, after they done had their way with her, in the next bus, carting off to a separate concentration camp, and taking your daughters, after they done had their way with your daughters, and putting them in another bus, and putting them and separate y'all, man. Separating y'all, man. You see what I'm saying? Great miseries are coming, man. And it's most just, man. You can see the pride and the arrogancy and all these people. Too much you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, man. And what the fuck you're proud for? But that pride about to be abased, man, real soon, man. You're not gonna have that proud, that proud look, that proud look you have now, man. No, that's gonna be out the window. It says, they shall have no pity. Let me see. It says, they shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And that's what's going to happen, man, during the time of martial law. They're not going to have no pity upon, a man's not going to have no pity upon his neighbor, man. Hey, you may have grown up with Mike. You may have grown up with Speedball, or whatever he called himself. You have known him for years, man. But during the time of martial law, hey, man, you're going to break in this house, man, and take his shit. Not regarding any man, man. Because why? For great tribulation and for the lack of bread, man. You're going to be thinking about feeding yourself and your family. You're not going to be thinking about 8-Ball and Mike and Ron and Jaquan and all the rest of them cats out there, man, that you know, man, all your life. You're going to be thinking about feeding your own belly and feeding your family's belly, man. So what you're going to do, if Jaquan or Man or Ron or Mike or 8-Ball got anything that you think you need, you're going to take their shit, man. You see what I'm saying? Why? For great tribulation, for the lack of bread, man. You gonna be like, man, fuck that nigga, man. I don't give a fuck about me knowing this nigga for like 10, 20 years, 30 years. Man, I'm hungry, man. I got a family to feed. And what you gonna do? You're gonna kick his door in and spoil his goods and take his shit for great tribulation, for the lack of bread, man. Tribulation is coming, man. And we in the beginning stages of it. We're in the 19th day of the government shutdown, man. And if they don't come to some kind of agreement, this government shutdown is going to go on and on, man. And this dude, Donald Trump, is threatening to keep this government shutdown on as long as he possibly can, man. Until these Democrats break and fund that war he's trying to fund, man. That he's trying to build. You understand what I'm saying? Man, the great tribulation is coming. You people have not a clue what's going on, man. But you will. Man. I'm telling you, man, this is the last scripture before I close it out. This is 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, the 70th verse. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next city is a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Who fear the Lord? You Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. They're going to come in like a flood. These Gurkha troops, these UN troops, the National Guards, they're going to be kicking your door in, committing all kind of atrocities against your wife, your daughter, your children, against you, cutting you off to concentration camps. Just doing what they could possibly do to destroy you, man. We're in that time, man. We're in the time of great tribulation that's going to come upon you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Look what's going on right now, man, with this government shutdown. You got these fucking welfare queens. Some of them ain't getting their SNAP program. And coming this February, man, they saying a lot more of you people that's dependent upon a SNAP program is not going to receive your benefits, man. And what about Section 8, man? Is not that a government program? So a lot of you fucking people is going to be kicked out on the street, man. You see how these miseries is going to come upon you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, man? Just like this, man. Just like that, man. All it takes for Donald Trump to declare a state of emergency. But you people have not a clue. Y'all don't care about nothing other than your bellies being fed and your reality television shows, man. But let's see if the reality television shows feed your belly when you start growling, when it start growling. Because the government ain't going to be able to feed your belly because it's on the government shutdown, day 19. You see what I'm saying? You understand what the fuck I'm saying to you? Verse 21. Verse 71, Slakia. Matter of fact, I'm going to read it again. 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, the 17th verse. For there shall be in every city, for there shall be in every place, and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none. Amen. Because when them UN troops come in like a flood, when the flood come in, it takes everything by force, man. A violent force, man. It's not gonna. It don't regard anything, and that's how these UN troops, these Gurkha troops, and these Interpol troops gonna come in, man. They ain't gonna regard man, women, young and old, man. They're gonna be like madmen. They're gonna be like madmen, man. They're gonna come into these cities within the ghettos of Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queens, Long Island, Staten Island. They're gonna fuck shit up, man. They ain't gonna regard a little 2-year-old baby or 8-month-old baby. They're gonna do what they gotta do, man. It says they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. And who fear the Lord, man? You Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, man. Hey, man, the time is coming, man. When you're going to see, it's not all fun and games. Great miseries are coming. It says, for they shall waste and take away their goods. How they going to waste and take away your goods? When they declare martial law and these UN troops go house to house. Whatever you got, they're going to kick your door in. Whatever you got saved up, trying to prep, they're going to take it and distribute it amongst the people, man. Snatch you up, put you in a concentration camp, do what they got to do to your family by separating you, violating you. They're going to do what the hell they want, man, in that time. Who's going to stop them? Why? They're going to do what the hell they want to do? That's the fierce anger of the Lord. You see, you people forget the Most High have Esau as his whipping stick. Esau is the sword of the Lord, man. Deliver me from the wicked, which is thy sword. Psalm 17, 13th chapter. You people have not a clue, man. You have not a clue, man, of what's going on. It says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses, man. By tossing you to in the back of a trailer and carting you off to a concentration camp, man. It says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. And what's the ultimate trial? See, then shall you be known who the Most High has chosen. The 1/3, the 144,000, the governing body, man. Then you're going to know who the Most High chosen is, man. Why? Because the Most High, like it says in Isaiah, the 65th chapter, behold, my people shall eat, they shall drink, but you shall mourn. Roughly paraphrasing it, man. They shall be known who the Most High has chosen, man. Because the Most High has chosen, which are the 1/3, the 144,000, the elect. The first fruits of the sons of Israel, they're going to be taken care of, man. But the 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, you're going to be destroyed, man. You're going to be destroyed because You did not take heed to the Lord's statute commandments of the Most High. You did not take heed to the prophets that was pushing the word of the Most High when it was time, when you had liberty to learn of the Most High and to come back in the fold and to repent, man. But instead, you fanned your hand, became a goddamn scoffer and a scorner. So you're going to pay, man. It says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. How they going to be tried, man? Because the whole world's going to be tried the day of temptation, which is being pressed to take that off of the microchip. The hour of temptation is when the whole world is confronted to take that off of the microchip. See, the 1/3 is going to be tried, man. Because they're not going to take that off of the microchip, man. Some are going to get put to death. Some are going to be beheaded. But the 1/3 of the governing body, the first fruits, is not going to take that off of the microchip. And that's the ultimate trial that's going to come upon the whole world, man. But the Most High is going to deliver his elect. And none of the elect of the Most High is going to take that off of the microchip, man. So with that, I'm going to close it out, man. Abaratazah, Akim out there was edified. Once again, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Vakak Quadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation, you Akim out there that's pushes word of truth and sincerity. Hey, man, you see all the prophecies coming to pass. We in the year of Karagma. Esau is definitely going to push this off of the microchip, man. That's his whole agenda, man. To microchip the whole planet Earth. To have everybody under total control, man. Total slaves, man. But the elect of the sons of Israel is going to escape them clutches of Esau. They're not going to take the off of the microchip. Shalom, Akim.